Is that for real?
Live from Studio B at KPRC Channel 2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Houston Life on this Monday, November 23rd, 2020.
Yeah.
And look who it is. It's Sophia Ojeda.
Hi.
Filling in for Courtney, who has the day off. It's so great to see you.
It's so good to be here.
Listen, I got to say, it's super weird that we never see each other in person. I only see you on TV. How have you been?
No, things have been good. You know, hectic as usual, busy, but good.
Busy mom, daughters,
busy mom.
3 and 8 years old.
3 and 8 years old, and they're back to school. They were virtual for a while. They're back to school, so that has been crazy.
You're not alone.
I'm not alone. So I know moms and dads out there trying to juggle everything and keep their kids healthy and safe. I know what you're going through. Oh, this is an oldie, but a goodie.
Look at your beautiful family there.
This was years ago.
So
but yes.
your youngest was just newborn in that last photo?
So that last photo, yep, that was a couple years ago.
Where was this?
She's 3 years old. This was actually in New Jersey. This was a few months ago. We went to see just a few family members. And we stopped at the beach, but, you know.
And so just to remind our viewers, I know you filled in on Houston Life previously. You were born in Peru, moved to New York City when you were 2, later Jersey, and you really grew up in New Jersey. So that's still where a lot of your life is.
My whole family's still in New Jersey.
Oh.
We go back every now and then to visit. My husband's family's in New York. We're trying to get everybody to move down to Texas, but we'll see. We'll see if that works out.
I'm trying to do the same thing with my mom, and my mom says, Derek, you know, we tried this. You tried to convince me to move to LA with you because, you know, you want to be close to family, right? And then she says, she always would say, if I move to California, you're just going to move away. And guess what? I moved away. I live in Houston now.
Good call,
So
Mom.
now I'm trying to get her to move to Houston. Houston's a great place to be.
It is. It is. It's the best kept secret, I say, because we don't know any better when we're not in Houston and we get down here like, wow, this is amazing. We don't want anybody to know about that.
I know.
Too many people to know.
The cost of living stays low. Okay, so I got to ask you, last time you were on the show, we talked about just some of the challenges of wearing so many hats, right? Mom, wife, professional. And when you work as a reporter in Houston, the hair is a big deal, right? And I know especially for our female staff members, they get so many emails about their clothing and hair and all of that. When you cut your hair off, it looks great, by the way.
Thank you.
It's sort of, you know, people seem to love it, right?
I think so. Well, no, actually, I did get a message from a gentleman who said, I hate your hair. He just told me, I hate it. It makes you look big.
What?
And I didn't say, I said, okay, thank you.
Oh, people are unbelievable.
At least they're watching us, right?
Did you click on his profile and look at his hair?
No.
Oh, I always do. I'm always so
okay.
curious.
I chuckle at these messages. I do. I think I've gotten so far into later in my career, they make me laugh. They make me laugh.
That's good. You have to laugh it off, right?
Right.
You can't take it too personally.
Hair grows back. It's fine. Wait, did you want to show the picture of my daughter's haircut?
Oh, wait a minute. What happened there? Did you cut this?
No,
she cut it herself?
This is Leora, my little Leora. She's going to be 4 next week. She found her sister's scissors in her sister's desk. 5 minutes tops, all alone. And she wanted to give herself a haircut, so she did.
I think it looks fantastic.
It looks great, right? Well, I took her to get it fixed. We do have if you want to go to my Instagram, there is a follow-up picture of that.
The before and the after?
The after. The after is much better.
I feel like that's just a normal part of most kids' development, though. You have to go through, it's a rite of passage to cut your own hair, right?
Yes, I think so. Or your siblings' hair, because when I was little, my older sister cut my bangs probably up to here, and that was awful. That was awful. But yes, it's a rite of passage.
Sounds really pretty. Have you considered doing that again, Sophia? Just nice little stubby bangs. When I was a kid, I remember cutting my hair off because my mom always liked it when I had kind of bushy hair. Oh, your hair is so beautiful. I'm like, Mom, that is not the right description to use for my hair. The curls, I definitely had curly, kind of wavy hair. Aww. And I remember one time getting the scissors and just sort of going to town. I cut a bald spot in the back of my head, Sophia. And so it was like, it was literally bald, and I thought, okay, how am I gonna do this? I wore a baseball cap all week because school was out, but then church came around on Sunday, and I thought, what am I gonna do? So I got 2 large Band-Aids, put them in my hair. And I figured that was the perfect way to camouflage the damage I had done
there you go,
to my hair.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it didn't work out. So I know you're super athletic, and
thank you.
Because you played basketball, right, in school?
I did my whole life, yes. And then I played in college. That was the only, I had so many, but I couldn't find any more. That's the one I found. I was dribbling basketball.
You look great, right there in action. So
that was years ago. Years ago.
Well, you still look exactly the same. The hair's a bit shorter now. So how have you been staying active during COVID? Because I know for a lot of people, obviously 2020 has been...
flipped everything upside down.
Everything upside down.
Sure.
So are you still playing basketball?
Not playing, no. I did CrossFit for a while, and they had the opportunity to continue to do it through Zoom. So I stayed training one-on-one with a trainer on my computer at home through Zoom, which, you know, it's not fun because you like the atmosphere, but I did that for a while, and I just stuck with it. Honestly, I don't like to work out. That is the secret that I keep to myself, because I feel like I never would go, you know, if I keep telling myself the truth. I don't like to work out. I think I'm with a lot of people. You get so busy, you want to do this, you want to do different things.
You need that extra motivation.
But yeah, I don't tell myself that part, because you need motivation. You need to just get in there and do it. And I try not to think about it. I just go. I just get in the car and just go there. And my gym's pretty cool. It's a great gym. Everything's open, wide open space, airy, safe. So I continue to do it. I did suffer a knee injury, which I'm kind of babying through it, still kind of working through it. I'm trying to avoid surgery as much as possible, because that's basically like the next step.
Yeah, the last possible resort. Well, I hope it gets better, and maybe post-COVID, and when your knee is better, we can do a little round.
All right.
Go shoot some hoops. That would be
down.
fun.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I know that you have mentioned before that you love to sing and dance. You're not super great at singing, but you still like to do it.
Right. No, I love to sing.
Do you love to sing? Oh, well, we've got to give you a chance to do it today on Houston Life. Duh.
But you don't want me to sing. Jean has heard me sing, our floor director here. Trust me.
We want you to sing. Jean, go ahead and come on in. Jean is dropping off this little glass bowl for us. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you,
We
Jean.
love Jean around here. He's one of the best. Okay, so this is the way it's going to work. We're essentially going to finish the lyrics. I'm going to go first. I'm just going to pick a card out of this pile.
Okay.
And on the back, there's a number. This is just for our control room, so they know which graphics to run. This is card number 1. I'm going to read some lyrics on the front of the card, and the goal is to finish the lyrics in the song by singing them.
Singing them.
Okay? And the answer's on the inside of the card. Okay, so the first one. I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
I'm asking him to change his ways.
Keep going. You got it.
No message in the man in the mirror.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I wouldn't know all these lyrics, and no message could have been any clearer. If they want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
Change.
Yeah. Wow, you're right. You don't sing. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
You're right. That was really good. You're a good singer.
Well, okay, so that was Michael Jackson, clearly. Go for it. Your turn. Okay. No, you do sing. I was just kidding. You know, we're full of jokes here at Houston Life.
Number 7.
Number 7. Okay. So you sing the first part, and then I'll try to guess the second part. Did you look at the answer?
I don't know this one.
Well, I guess you lose.
Okay, I'll just go for it. Ready?
Okay, you can do it.
Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots.
You don't know that song? Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots.
Okay.
Oh, man. Houston. Listen,
and
be kind.
ruined your black tie affair.
Friends in low places.
There it is.
Garth
There
Brooks,
it is.
right?
Yes.
Listen, we give you a pass on that one. Please
Okay.
do not send Sophia hate mail for that. It's, you know, don't worry. Okay, we're going to play just, do you hate this yet?
Bear with us.
Promise me you'll come back and see us at Houston Life. This is card number 2. Okay. Oh, hands touching hands. Hands touching hands. Reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. Neil Diamond.
I knew that.
That's a good one. Wow, whoever chose this, that was a good one. Do we have time for one more card or no? We're moving on.
Okay.
We've gotten too many hate messages, Sophia. I'm sorry. We're going to have to move on now. We're out of time. That was fun. Thank you for being a good sport.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a good sport.
Fun.
Okay, after the break, we're revealing the name possibilities for the newest penguin chicks at Moody Gardens and how you can help name them.
Plus, we check back in with Joe Sam, who's getting in the Thanksgiving mood at Chemo Boardwalk. Houston Life returns in just 2 minutes.
You're a good sport. Thank you. Well, welcome back to Houston Life. The new penguins at Moody Gardens are pretty adorable, but Sophia, there's a problem. They need names.
Oh, yes, they do. Joining us now with all the details on how you can help pick those names is Moody Gardens Marketing Director Jerry Hamachek and biologist Ashley Flieger. Thank you guys for joining us.
Hi.
All right.
How are you guys doing?
So first, let's talk about these penguins. What kind of penguins are they and how old are they?
So these are two of our macaroni penguin chicks, and they're a few weeks old now, so they're still under their parents getting fed. This guy just weighed in at 666 grams, so they grow really, really fast. We're going to get our next one on here in just a second to get his or her weight as well.
Oh my gosh, so adorable. It's earlier I was on moodygardens.com on the website because you guys have that live penguin webcam. About 20 minutes later, I realized I was just sitting there staring at it. I needed to do some work. But Jerry, describe to us this naming process. I think it's really cool that viewers, the general public, can get involved to help name them.
Yeah, we're inviting everybody to cast their vote, and if you go to moodygardens.com/name_the_penguins, plural with an S on the end. So moodygardens.com, name_the_penguins. You can go ahead and you can choose from different options there. Cast your vote. And what we're going to end up doing is you can vote until 11:59 p.m. on Thanksgiving. So go ahead and cast your vote. And then my understanding is during the Holiday Spectacular on Saturday on KPRC, we're going to go ahead and reveal the winning names. So there's lots of fun names there. We have a tradition where we name our macaroni penguins, which these guys are the macaronis, that's their species. We name them after cheeses. So you're going to see that theme when you have your different options to vote on, and it's a lot of fun. So we invite everybody to check it out on our website.
So cute. And really quickly, Jerry, what are some of the name choices that folks will be able to choose from?
So we've got a variety of names there, and again, they're all named after different different cheeses. So we've got Monterey, Grana, Batija, Romano, Reggiano, and Gruyere cheese. So I think we might even have an option for Velveeta. I think might be one of those. So go ahead and go to the website and see the names and go ahead and cast your vote.
That is very funny. I think queso would be a good name. Ashley, before we let you go, so I know you just talked to us about the weight, 666 grams, I think you said. How old is that little guy in front of you?
So he is only a few weeks old, but they do go really fast with their parents. So right now they're working on bulking up and getting their weight side. And they're covered right now with all this down. So that's what keeping them nice and warm while they sit underneath their parents.
Oh my gosh, they are
So
absolutely
like
adorable.
Big fuzzy rocks just gaining the weight.
Okay, Jerry and Ashley, we got to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time, and give those little penguins some cuddles for us.
So cute.
Thank you. Thank you.
And a reminder to our viewers, you can head to moodygardens.com if you would like to help name the penguins, and we do have that specific link posted on our website, houstonlife.tv.
And we want to hear from you. What do you think the new names of the macaroni penguins should be? We're conducting our own unofficial poll to find out which penguin names you like best. Just visit our Facebook page to vote using corresponding emojis.
Well, that's a fun idea. Very nice. And be sure to tune in for KPRC Channel 2's Holiday Light Spectacular to see which names were chosen.
Plus, we have a couple watch to win contests to tell you about. You can enter to win things like an overnight stay at Moody Gardens Hotel, 4 tickets to all attractions, and a penguin encounter for 4.
Oh, that's a nice little prize package. Tune in live this Saturday at 7 p.m. on KPRC Channel 2 for your chance to win. Okay, so shifting gears now, Sophia. While most people will be spending Thanksgiving at home, some people might venture out, get some fresh air, and enjoy some holiday fun at Kemah Boardwalk.
Yeah, Joe Sam is there now checking out what they have planned for the big day. Hey, Joe, how's it going?
Hey, Sophia, Derek, yes, you're going to get the meals and the thrills here at Kemah Boardwalk. And what's really cool here is that you don't even have to prepare the Thanksgiving meal yourself. That's going to take all the stress away. So that's why we're at Landry Seafood House, and we're speaking with the general manager here, Mr. Jacob Arundel, to tell us all about this amazing spread. All you have to give us all the details about this spread. What do we see up here on the table?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Landry Seafood on the Kemah Boardwalk. Today we are showcasing our Thanksgiving feast to go. We have a beautiful spread here. First off is going to be our roasted sliced turkey here.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Home style gravy for it.
Oh,
Next we have our Yukon mashed potatoes here.
absolutely. And we have the stuffing up here as well.
Cornbread stuffing, and then we have our seasonal sauteed vegetables here. And we're going to have our fresh homemade garlic bread.
And you can't go wrong without the cranberry sauce, right?
Absolutely.
And what's really cool is that you guys have those chef specials too that can go along with the food if someone doesn't want the traditional meal, right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about those chef specials.
Now our chef features today for Thanksgiving will be presented by Chef Zenaido here.
Oh, look at that. That looks amazing. Tell us what we have.
Beautiful succulent dishes there. We're going to have our snapper amore there on the left side there. It's going to be our panko encrusted snapper. It's going to be topped off with our red peppers, spinach, artichoke hearts, shrimp, and scallops, served with a Mornay cheese white wine sauce on top. Beautiful, beautiful dish.
It is a beautiful dish.
Now, that's one of our guest favorites.
I'm sure it is. I mean, just look at that. And for people who are looking to make sure they have these orders to go so they can take them home themselves, when is the last day they can actually do
Now,
that
we're going to have
really
to order
quickly?
those today, ladies and gentlemen, and our deadline is 9:30 this evening. Please give us a call. We'd be more than happy to serve you here on Thanksgiving at Landry Seafood.
Oh, yeah. So you know what? I'm going to get ready to cut into this pie here, and we're going to have all that information on how you can put your orders in to get this amazing Thanksgiving spread, too. Derek, Sophia, I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with this pumpkin pie.
Oh.
And you can't go wrong letting someone else do the work for you. Joe
Exactly.
Sam, thank you so much. He's got his work cut out for him. Big lunch ahead. All right, after the break, for many of us, making the right food choices at the holidays can be a little bit challenging. We do have an expert helping us navigate healthy eating options this season.
And later, we'll be learning a kid-friendly science experiment to help occupy your kids this long holiday weekend. That and so much more when Houston Life returns.
The holiday season is almost here, and from big meals to desserts, it is so easy to overindulge. Joining us now with tips to help us stay on track with healthy eating habits, Dr. Sonia Singh, an internist with Memorial Hermann Medical Group, West University. Welcome, doctor. We should point out you are board certified in internal medicine, and you're really a strong advocate for preventive medicine, and you believe that the proper nutrition will help us all lead longer, healthier lives.
Absolutely, yeah. And I have a few tips for how we can keep doing that through the holidays.
Okay, well, we're going to break it down one by one. Here's a strategy many of us have probably heard before, that you're going to save all your calories for a big meal. This is a bad idea, right?
That's right, yeah. I hear this a lot, especially on Thanksgiving. People will skip breakfast and lunch with this idea that they're saving all their calories for dinner, for the big meal. And unfortunately, I mean, it sounds good in theory, but unfortunately what ends up happening is that we're so hungry by the time we get to the meal that we overdo it on our snacks and our drinks, and all that stuff really adds up. So rather than starving yourself, my advice is to sneak in maybe a workout or some exercise earlier in the day so that you have some extra calories to spend at dinner, but also to ruin your appetite a little by having a healthy snack maybe 2 to 3 hours before the big meal. It could be something like an apple with some peanut butter or a carrot and hummus. It shouldn't be something that fills you up. It should just be something that takes the edge off your hunger so that you have an easier time making those healthy choices when you do get to dinner time.
And some other tips, giving your plate color, focusing on favorites, and taking a break. This can all sort of temper our appetites before we see this giant pumpkin pie on the table.
That's right. That's right. So when I say give your plate color, that's one of my favorite tips. You know, as a doctor, it makes me really sad to see a plate of food that's all white and brown, because most of that stuff is really processed and refined. Healthy, nutrient-dense food tends to have a lot of color. So a good rule of thumb is if you're looking at your plate, you want at least half of it to be greens, veggies, and fruit, the colorful stuff. The other half can be your carbohydrates or proteins, and each of those should be a serving about the size of your fist and no bigger.
Okay.
So the next tip is to focus on favorites. And what I mean by this is spend your calories on stuff that you actually enjoy. So I think we all have a couple of dishes that we look forward to during the holidays. So maybe for you, that's the pumpkin pie. So if you're having a slice of grandma's pumpkin pie and it's the best pumpkin pie you've had all year and you're just really enjoying it, slow down and savor it. Don't beat yourself up. It's okay. But if you're just kind of shoveling some creamy casserole in your mouth and you're not really sure if you like it, it doesn't really have that much flavor, you should put the fork down. You have my permission to leave a little food on your plate because it's probably not worth the calories for you, and you want to save those calories for something you really like.
Save room for dessert. Okay, and very quickly, because we're tight on time, is it true, doctor, when people say, okay, it takes a minute for your brain to catch up to your stomach, does it really take 10 to 15 minutes for your stomach to really tell your brain that it is full?
Absolutely, it does. So I actually recommend setting a timer for yourself. So if you finish round one of your food and you're thinking about having seconds, set a timer on your phone for 10 or 15 minutes and take a little break, chat with your family, drink some water. And if you're still feeling like having seconds at the end of that, go ahead and have some. But most of the time you'll find that you're not as hungry as you thought, or maybe you're not even hungry at all.
And very quickly, this last point I think is really interesting. I'm reading here that gratitude has a direct connection to our health, that practicing gratitude has been scientifically proven to reduce anxiety and stress.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been talking to my patients a lot about this this year because it's true what you said. Practicing gratitude has been scientifically proven to reduce anxiety, stress, depression, insomnia, increase optimism and happiness. So I think that's something we could all use a dose of in 2020, and Thanksgiving is the perfect time to practice gratitude as a family.
That is really interesting. I mean, it's a nice ritual to do that, but I love hearing that there is a direct connection to our health. And you guys really can care for the entire family at the West University Clinic.
That's right. So our new Memorial Hermann Medical Group and Children's Memorial Hermann Pediatrics location is located at West University. It's at 3525 West Holcomb. We have pediatricians, internal medicine doctors like myself, family medicine, gynecology, and endocrinology, so we can take care of the whole family. We've got free on-site parking, free on-site lab, imaging just down the street, and we're right next door to our urgent care. So if you need to be seen after hours and around the weekend, we can take care of that too.
That is fantastic. And I know even the little things like free on-site parking, that can make a huge difference. Dr. Sonia Singh, thank you so much for all the tips. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Derek.
And as always, to our viewers, if you would like to learn more, you can visit their website at mhmg.memorialhermann.org, or you can call 832-658-6464. Now let's toss it on over to Lauren.
This is usually me, Derek, just not even looking up. I need
Same.
to take those tips into
feel ya.
mind. All right, you guys, still to come, country singer and songwriter Brett Eldredge is putting us in the holiday spirit. He is part of NBC's Christmas in Rockefeller Center, which returns with your favorite music and surprises. See which Texas gal Brett's got a special duet with a little bit later on in the show. And we're going to get a check at what Keith, Christine, and Justin have coming up for the news at 4. Houston Life is back in just 2 minutes.
Well, welcome back to Houston Life. I'm Derek Shore. The time is now 3:30 on the dot.
Hey, I'm Sophia Ojeda in for Courtney Zavala this afternoon.
And earlier in today's show, Sophia, we saw those adorable baby penguins, the macaroni penguins down at Moody Gardens, and they need help with their new names. So we're doing our own unofficial poll on our Houston Life Facebook page. It turns out, Sophia, Velveeta and Queso are currently in the lead. I love this.
That's cute. They were saying they needed cheese names. That's what they're doing.
Because of the macaroni species, right? So a reminder, you can vote in the official naming poll at moodygardens.com, and be sure to tune in for KPRC Channel 2's live Holiday Light Spectacular to see which names were selected for those baby penguins.
Plus, an amazing Watch and Win giveaway from Moody Gardens. Our Holiday Lights Spectacular airs this Saturday at 7 p.m.
Very nice. It's one of my favorite annual events, Sophia.
Love it. So much fun. Well, our next guest has received tons of positive reactions from her hands-on approach to teaching and is showing students of all ages just how fun science can be.
Yeah, she's a chemistry professor at the University of Texas, Austin, a science entertainer and author. Kate Bieberdorf, better known as Kate the Chemist, is joining us now. And listen, I think it is so cool, Kate the Chemist, that you are doing this because science is super, super cool. Tell us when you realized you had a thing for science.
Well, first of all, hi. Thank you very much for having me on this show. I'm so excited to be here. But honestly, I think I've always been a little bit of a scientist because I remember being a little kid and being in our bathroom, and my mom gave me this huge green bowl and allowed me to put anything in there. So I was using soap and shampoo and conditioner, making all these bubbles. So I think I've always had a little bit of like an inquiry piece where I wanted to explore and investigate. But honestly, it was my sophomore year of high school. I was 15 years old, and I met Mrs. Palzrak. She was my chemistry teacher, and she just like made the science come alive. And honestly, ever since I was 15, I knew I wanted to be a chemist.
Super cool.
So cool. And you are a self-proclaimed STEMinist. That is amazing. Let's tell folks what STEMinist is if they don't know.
Well, STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math, is the whole field where my chemistry and science piece falls underneath it. But a STEMinist is just someone who is proudly a nerd and a geek and falls in love with chemistry. And so for me, being a STEMinist is really just someone who loves being a bit feminine. I love my designer heels and my pencil skirts, but I also like to set things on fire and breathe fire, as you just saw right there.
That is so great. And listen, I don't think it's nerdy at all. I think it's great. So you are building a STEM army of girls and women in science who support each other, and you do this by writing the best recommendation letters for your students. Tell us more about that effort.
I do. So part of my taking over the world aspect is I'm trying to recruit a bunch of women who are powerful and smart and intelligent and all love science just like I do. And so this goes anywhere from my colleagues, so different professors at the University of Texas, all the way down to my incredible undergrads that are 18 years old. And so for me, the best thing that I can do to set them up for their next step or their career eventually in science is to write them a solid letter of rec to make sure that they will get that internship, that fellowship, or that job, whatever it is that they need to get. It's going to be a little bit harder to write that letter of rec though right now, I will admit, because we're doing everything online and some of my students refuse to put their webcam on. So I'm just like talking to a black box. So that's going to be a little bit more challenging.
Turn those cameras on, kids, right?
Thank you.
Also, you have been busy during the pandemic working on some books. Let's tell folks about those.
So I have the Kate the Chemist series, and there are 2 nonfiction books and 5 fiction books. So the fiction books are about a little Kate the Chemist. She's 10 years old, and she goes around her neighborhood and uses science to solve the problems. And then the nonfiction books, which you can see there, the first one is the Big Book of Experiments, and there's 25 experiments in there where you can use materials that you probably have in your craft drawer or your pantry already, and it's just all about exploring and investigating with your family and friends. And this summer, what I did is I sat down and wrote the second nonfiction, and it's 25 edible experiments. So everything you can do in the kitchen, and then you can eat it at the end. So I just had a blast writing that one.
Wow.
You know, I'm sitting here looking back on my science career as a student. I mean, from middle school to high school and even in college. And Kate, where were you back then? Because I can imagine that with your passion and your energy, you have really inspired a lot of young people out there.
Well, I hope so. That is the goal. So if I haven't, I've done a horrible job at my mission. But it's so sad. I hear people tell me that all the time, that they didn't like chemistry because they had a horrible chemistry teacher or something. And it just makes me feel so grateful that that wasn't my experience. My very first introduction to chemistry was amazing and exciting and passionate. And because of this one human, this one incredible teacher, I've honestly forever known I wanted to be a chemist. And I'm so grateful for my teacher because you didn't have that. Like, who knows where you would be if you had Mrs. Palzrak.
That's an excellent point.
There you go, Kate. You are redefining what it means to be a chemist for all the little girls watching right now. What do you want them to know?
I want them to know that anybody can be a chemist. You can be a scientist, an engineer, you can be into tech, math, whatever you want to be. It doesn't matter who you are, who you love, what your socioeconomic status is. If you have a question, then you are a scientist.
Okay, nicely put, Kate the chemist. Okay, so I've been scoping out what's in front of you during this interview. I can see some blue or purpley liquid, some rubber gloves. We're not going to get to that just yet because we've got to work in a commercial break. But when we come back, Kate, you will show us an experiment we can all do at home with our kids. Houston Life will be right back. Welcome back. Before the break, we introduced you to Kate the Chemist, and now she's got a little surprise up her sleeve, Sophia.
She does. She's sharing a fun experiment we can all do at home with our kids. So let's get chemical, Kate.
All right, so this is called the dry ice bubbles experiment, but I've added a little bit of a twist to it. So what you can see here is I have a 3-liter soda bottle, and then I filled it with water. Obviously, this isn't regular water. I hope that's not what your water looks like in Houston. But here in Austin, what I had to do was spike it with something called universal indicator. And so universal indicator is a solution that has 6 different indicators in there, and these are different molecules that change colors based on the pH of the system. So now let me show that to you, because that kind of was just like a bunch of garble, and I think science is better to show instead of tell. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add some dry ice to my solution. Let me put some goggles on here because I don't want it to splash back up on me.
Safety first.
So dry ice is solid carbon dioxide. And now what I want you to do is just watch the color, watch the solution as I add this dry ice. So the solid CO2 is going straight in here, and as I do it, the color is starting to change. So hopefully you can see that we started off with a nice purple color. Now it's turned like a blue, and now it's going to a green.
Oh, it's getting lighter.
And there it is, a yellow. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
So cool. Isn't that cool? And so that is a physical change, and the physical change is going to occur. I'm sorry, I said that backwards. That's a chemical change. That chemical change is occurring because the dry ice is going in, and as soon as the carbon dioxide hits the water, it turns into carbonic acid, and then it goes ahead and drops the pH. So we saw it go from that purple color to the blue to the green and to the yellow. So that's just like part 1 of it. But I think we want to make it a little bit bigger if I can. Let's see if I can get more dry ice in here. I think I can, because we're in Texas, right? So
while you do that,
better.
Kate, so the universal indicator, I know that with a lot of the experiments in your books, these are things that people can do with household items, but where would one find a universal indicator? I don't think I have any of that at home.
You might not have it at home. Universal indicator is something you could order on any online shop and get it delivered with Prime probably the next day. But if you don't have universal indicator, you can actually use red cabbage juice. So just take a red cabbage, chop it up, soak the cabbage in the water, and you'll also see that purple color, and you'll see it change again. It's really cool.
Wow. Red cabbage
All right, so now
juice.
part 2 for the experiment. What we're going to do now is try to direct this gas, the CO2 gas, into my solution over here. So now I've got some bubble bath solution. We're going to direct the gas in, and I'm going to see if I can make a dry ice bubble. And so the entire thing is filled with the white gas. And then when I pop it, you see this wonderful thing? Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
And so this is a physical change. We see the physical change as our sublimation is happening, where our dry ice turns from solid carbon dioxide to gaseous carbon dioxide. Whoa. And if you're really good at this, which usually I'm not, I go back and forth, so let me see if I can try. Sometimes you can actually hold the bubble in your hand.
So cool. Wow.
That
and
is
that's
incredible.
Science for you.
And the building blocks of science, it seems, Kate the Chemist, that, for so many young people, the jobs of the future, so many of those jobs don't even exist today. The jobs of tomorrow are still being created. So one of your points is that if you build a strong foundation for these young people, we're sort of setting them up for success in the future.
Absolutely, and they can see it right now because our scientists are the heroes of this pandemic. They're coming together. They're working. Every scientist across this country, this planet, honestly, are coming together to try to come up with this vaccine and new science to cure us so that we can all go outside and play again. And so I think there's no better time than right now to encourage our young ones to pursue science, and hopefully, just hopefully, they can like it enough that they will continue to pursue it, get a degree in it, and then finally, eventually build a career in STEM.
And that is all started with a fun activity, just like this. Kids get it. They want to do it.
Yeah.
They love it.
It's like playtime.
Yes.
Absolutely. Completely right. It's so fun. It's science, an experiment. You get your hands dirty. I mean, I'm literally covered in bubble bath soap right now. It smells like bubble gum. It's great.
I can hear my daughter at home saying, Grandma, let's do this now.
You absolutely can do it. So dry ice you can usually purchase at local stores, like local grocery stores. So our HEB has it. It's very easy. I run in with my cooler, throw it right in. I bring a towel because I don't like touching the dry ice with my bare hands, especially right now, but you can grab it pretty much anywhere, surprisingly.
Well, Kate the Chemist, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope some of our viewers will try these experiments at home and let us know how it goes. And in the meantime, congratulations on the books, and thank you again for keeping our young people inspired.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting y'all.
And you as well. We got to do some of those experiments in studio sometime.
That would be phenomenal.
Post-pandemic. To our viewers, if you do want to learn more about all of Kate's books, you can head to our website where we have posted links to those experiments. Okay, what do you say we send it on over to Miss Lauren Kelly?
That looks so fun, you guys. I'm so interested in science now. Well, NBC's Christmas in Rockefeller Center is back with all of your favorite holiday music and festive surprises. And that's on Wednesday, December 2nd. It's the 88th annual holiday special. It's going to celebrate the lighting of the 75-foot tall tree, along with a full lineup of fabulous performances. Country superstar Brett Eldridge is letting us in on what we can expect from this year's holiday special.
Christmas in Rockefeller Center. It's the 88th annual holiday show. It's a spectacular for a reason because it is a massive display of talent and Christmas and festivities and just holiday goodness. How excited are you to be a part of it this year?
I am beyond excited. You know, on a year where we all need some joy and some positivity, this special really does it. And that's always done that for me, even every year my entire life. I mean, growing up, I watched this special, and now getting to do this several times as a performer is still a pinch yourself kind of moment.
Absolutely. It's going to be Wednesday, December 2nd, right here on KPRC Channel 2. Lots of surprises, lots of music. They've only told me a few names. Of course, yourself, Brett Eldridge, doing something special with Kelly Clarkson, one of our other favorite Texas girls. Gwen Stefani's going to be here. Now, Brett, are you one who's already decorated for the holidays? Do you have the tree up?
I haven't got there yet, but my vision for decorating is not always the best. My mom really helps bring the creative vision together, and then I have like all the same ornaments that I had as a little kid growing up, and I think the tradition of that is a beautiful thing, and so I still love to do that. And
technically, your mom is like the Clark Griswold of the family, right?
Yes, yes. Clark Griswold is probably my spirit animal. Like, he's my spirit person because he's clumsy. I'm kind of clumsy at times. You know, I just feel like my personality matches his a lot. He's always trying to make it special for everybody, and screws up a lot, but I just love that about him. And I end up screwing up a lot of it, but it's still got the heart in it.
So technically for, you know, Christmas in Rockefeller, the Rockefeller tree is 75 feet tall and it's 45 feet wide. I don't think that they're going to have you on the ladder. Maybe putting the star on top will just have you flip the switch and turn it on.
I don't really love heights, and that would take the cake for something that would scare the heck out of me. So I'm going to leave that to the professionals.
Well, Brett Eldridge, we cannot wait to watch you perform. Christmas in Rockefeller Center. It's going to be Wednesday, December 2nd here on KPRC Channel 2. Happy holidays, and we can't wait to see you in the new year.
Looks like so much fun. Plus, along with Brett and Kelly Clarkson's duet, we'll also see performances from the Goo Goo Dolls, Earth, Wind and Fire, Jimmy Fallon, Dolly Parton, Pentatonix, Dan and Shay, Meghan Trainor, and more. Great way to ring in those holidays. Sophia and Derek.
Thanks, Lauren. Such a great way, for sure. All right, now let's check back in with Joe Sam for a look at what he's got coming up. Hey, Joe, how's it going?
Sophia, it's going so good right now. We are just enjoying ourselves on this beautiful day at Kima Boardwalk. We're going to be telling you what they have planned for Thanksgiving. Now that we had the meals, we're going to be getting the thrills in just a bit when Houston Life returns. Well, welcome back here to Houston Life. It has been an amazing day so far. We've had a great Thanksgiving meal, and now we're getting ready to get the thrills in with our general manager of the boardwalk, Mr. Jacob Bigger. It's going to be so fun for a lot of people, right?
You gotta love rides. Everybody loves rides, and the best thing to do is get full, really full at Thanksgiving, and then come ride some rides. That's the best thing to do.
And let's get ready to do that. So, Miss Carla, let's go ahead and bring us on up. We are clear to go. So we are on the Century Wheel right now, which is 75 feet high. So we get a really good view of the entire boardwalk.
Yeah, we're gonna go sit at the top, call that the Crow's Nest. You get a bird's eye view of the entire city of Kemah and the Kemah Boardwalk.
Wow, and then what is this big body of water that we're seeing across from us right now? Because it looks beautiful.
Oh, that's Galveston Bay. Beautiful, beautiful boat rides. We'll actually have our Boardwalk Beast this weekend. So if you want to ride the last weekend worth of Beast, you got to come see us now.
Absolutely. Now, something that's really cool is that we're doing something that's not really for the thrill seekers right now. This is for those who are really just trying to get that ride adventure. But we did one of the roller coasters here, and it was so much fun. So what's that roller coaster? I know a lot of people come out here just for that.
Oh yeah, Boardwalk Bullet. It's a world-renowned roller coaster. It's one of the top-ranked wooden roller coasters in the world. It's a record-breaking roller coaster. It crosses over itself 43 times, and it's going to go 55 plus miles an hour. So it's really fun. It's compact, and it gives you a great thrill.
Look at this beautiful day that we're seeing right now, and there are so many other rides that people can experience here. Talk about some of the other rides that are going to be open on Thanksgiving Day.
So we'll be open 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have 14 amusement park rides. They all range from kiddie rides. We have a kiddie Ferris wheel. We have the carousel. We also have these family rides like the Century Wheel. But you definitely want to ride the drop zone back there. Aviator is a fan favorite. And of course the Flare, the big looping coaster. Everybody loves that one.
That drop ride that you're talking about, we saw it right before we came back on out of break. That thing drops fast.
Oh yeah, it's you're dropping at 9.8 meters per second squared.
Oh wow.
You're dropping with gravity.
So if you don't want all of the thrills like that, you can really just relax up here, because this does feel really relaxing. It's a beautiful day to do so, and you get a really great view of everything that we're seeing here for Thanksgiving.
Yep, Thanksgiving is going to be a blast. Definitely want to be full. And don't forget to come out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to have Santa here. He's making his visit, getting ready, get all those Christmas lists ready.
All right, so right after we're done with Thanksgiving, we're going to be jumping right into Christmas. That's going to be fun. Jacob, thanks again. All right, we're going to get ready to head back down. I think we're going to do a couple more roller coasters. And for those who are looking to see the roller coaster ride that we got on, we're going to have that posted for you guys on Facebook to see if we made it through the entire thing without screaming. We're not promising anything.
That's debatable.
Okay, Joe Sam, it looks like fun. Beautiful day for it.
Such a good day. Thanks, Joe Sam.
Okay, after the break, we will have a look at what is coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, including a circus with some soul.
But first, let's check in with Kevin Frazier for a look at what's coming up on entertainment tonight. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Derek and Sophia. Tonight on ET, we'll have our AMA Roundup, our interviews with the winners, the fashion, the show-stopping performances. We'll have your homegirl, Meg Thee Stallion. That's tonight at 6:30 right here on KPRC2. Now stay right there. Houston Life will be right back.
Sophia, we have had so much fun with you today. We want to tell our viewers what's coming up tomorrow on Houston Life. Dr. Ian Smith from the hit show The Doctors will join us to talk about how we can all stay healthy over the holidays. And the Universal Circus is coming to town. We'll find out how you can still enjoy the big top while being socially distanced. And Sophia, during commercial break, you were telling me you used to host a mall show in New York?
I did. This was our very first operation, my first job really out of college. We had a mall show live on the Oakdale Mall show.
In Binghamton, New York?
Binghamton, New York. And it was a little tiny closet storefront, but we did live cooking segments and live interviews, and that's where we just did it. And it was fun. People stopped to watch us for a little bit, then they left.
This sounds very familiar, okay? A little PTSD for me. Also, fun fact, so you and your husband been together more than a decade now. He was a police officer for about 10 years. And when Sophia was working as a reporter, she met her husband.
We did. That's our love story.
That is so sweet.
It was fun.
So wait, how did it happen? You were covering a story and you saw like...
I was covering a story in a downtown revitalization story of his building, and he happened to be there with his puppy at the time, this little yellow lab puppy, and I said, oh my gosh, I love puppies, and that's
And
history.
officer, I'm going to need a statement from you for the story and your phone number as well.
Need all of that information.
We have got to get the full story the next time you visit us here
I will.
at Houston Life,
Yes,
Sophia Ojeda.
I'll
It's
be
great to
back,
see you.
I hope. Yes,
A quick
thank
update
you.
for our viewers on those penguin names. Velveeta and Queso are still in the lead. And for now, we will send it on over to Keith and Christine in Studio A.
Hey, Derek, did Sophia tell you that she has mad basketball skills on the court as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
She's
Okay,
faking this knee injury, but as
Yeah,
soon
I
as
know.
that's behind us, we're going to go shoot some hoops.
Okay.
She mentioned Binghamton. Ask her about King Rice. She's as legendary as King Rice.
Okay.
Ask, when you get off set, ask her about King Rice. Yeah.
Thanks, Keith.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
You too.
All right, so coming up next at 4 o'clock.